afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday, which I think has been Friday all day.
I know, I hate when that happens.
But it's a good Thursday because Dr. Zorba Pastor's here.
That's right. We're going to be taking your calls and questions for Dr. Pastor a little later this hour. Mark and I will let you know when it's time to call in.
But first, here's what's making news. We may learn what the FBI agents were looking for when they raided Mar-a-Lago, why the Justice Department wants the search warrant unsealed.
State Democratic candidates continue to make public appearances on the way to the November election.
And what happens when a bevy of porta potties goes awry? I went to college for this. Let's take a look outside. Good day to be out on the lake.
Oh, it's a great day. Look at this. Out on the kayaks, that's terrific.
Jet ski moving along. The weather word's cool with showers Friday. Maybe not so great on the lake tomorrow. Gary's in the backyard. Not looking bad out there right now.
No, very comfortable out here right now and lots of sunshine. You can see the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. That's looking out to the west. We can see some clouds on the far western horizon. If you look at visible cloud track, Wisconsin is pretty much in the clear, but just out to the west across Iowa and Minnesota, there are some clouds and even some showers and thunderstorms. But notice the general direction of the movement of those clouds, more to the southeast than toward the east, toward where we live. So on Doppler track, there have been some showers and thunderstorms out toward Waterloo, Iowa. Those are drifting to the south. Of course, there's a big Field of Dreams baseball game tonight between the Chicago Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. Looks like most of the rain will stay just to the west of Dyersville, Iowa, where the Field of Dreams field is located. Current temperatures are very comfortable. Here in Madison, we're at 75 degrees. Temperatures middle 70s through most of Dane County, 77 right now in the town of Perry. Current temperatures across all of southern Wisconsin, again, in the middle 70s. A few places around the 80-degree mark, including Boscobel and Lone Rock. They're right at 80, but the dew point temperatures are still in the 50s. So it's very comfortable here. The humidity is higher out to the west. So for this evening, look for mostly clear skies. Temperatures will drop pretty quickly once the sun goes down. Sunset now right around 8 o'clock, and we'll see those temperatures drop into the middle 60s by 10 p.m. Now, as we take a look at first warn traffic, problem in Janesville. There is an overturned truck in the roundabout at Highway 11 and I-3990. So right now, westbound portions of I-39 of Racine Street are closed in that vicinity. Otherwise, traffic is moving pretty well on all the major highways south of Madison, north of Madison, I-39, 90, 94, and US 151 in and around Dane County right now. Just a bit of a slowdown on the belt line right around Park Street to John Nolan Drive, but even that's not too bad. That's your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. First and foremost, the Justice Department has asked a court to unseal the search warrant the FBI received before searching the Florida estate of former President Donald Trump.
That is according to U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Skylar Henry has the latest from Washington.
Attorney General Merrick Garland says he personally approved the decision to carry out the search warrant at the Florida home of former President Donald Trump.
The department filed the motion to make public the warrant and receipt in light of the former president's public confirmation of the search, the surrounding circumstances, and the substantial public interest in this matter.
His remarks follow days of criticism and outrage from Republicans and allies of former President Trump over the FBI search at Mar-a-Lago earlier this week. A new Morning Consult political poll shows 49% of registered voters approve of the FBI search, while 37% say they disapprove.
Trump, can we have a word?
Meanwhile, Mr. Trump maintained his innocence Wednesday, invoking the Fifth Amendment more than 440 times during a 4-hour deposition in New York, stemming from a civil investigation into his business dealings.
Is it helpful or is it hurtful in terms of legal strategy?
It is usually used not in a civil case like this one being brought by the New York Attorney General, but in a criminal case. And in a criminal case, generally, you invoke the Fifth Amendment not to testify at all.
Legal pressure is mounting for others in Mr. Trump's orbit as well, as the former president himself faces criminal charges in New York and in Georgia. Peter Navarro, a one-time advisor to President Trump, was in a D.C. court Thursday following a contempt of Congress charge after he refused to cooperate with the House January 6th committee investigating the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Trump's former personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, is due in front of a Georgia grand jury next week over his involvement in an alleged attempt to overturn the 2020 election. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Also today, Trump hired a prominent Atlanta criminal defense attorney known for defending famous rappers to represent him in matters related to that special grand jury that's investigating whether the former president illegally tried to interfere with the 2020 election in Georgia. Back home in Wisconsin, candidates are now turning to the November election, including Mandela Barnes.
He will face off against Senator Ron Johnson this fall, and political reporter Will Keneally has more on his latest campaign stop. Will?
So Barnes was touring a dairy farm with Tammy Baldwin today in Cambridge. The two met with local farmers and campaign volunteers. This comes as Barnes and Baldwin are making an around-the-state push after this week's primary. Barnes will be back in Madison, in fact, tomorrow. And Baldwin today spoke about how they plan to move forward on the campaign trail.
I believe that the state of Wisconsin deserves two senators who are fighting for working people and families, not just one.
So this comes the same day incumbent Senator Ron Johnson released a new ad talking about his upbringing and business experience in Oshkosh. This is all as the race for U.S. Senate is settling in. And as we saw at the top of the show, Barnes is speaking now, so we'll have more coming up at 5 from that event.
Thank you, Will. We'll see you at 5. In Janesville today, Congressman Brian Stile held a roundtable on the problems the county faces with the increasing prevalence of fentanyl there. Last year, there were 47 fentanyl deaths in Rock County, and the drug is even appearing in the county jail. Rock County Sheriff Troy Knutson says the jail recently saw a string of overdoses at the same time.
3 at once I have never seen before in my career. That was the most amazing situation to have to deal with. That is very different than what it was in days gone by. I mean, I do think that this fentanyl has had a huge impact, a huge change on what it is that we have to deal with.
The sheriff says Rock County has implemented 24/7 nursing, which can help, and the jail is looking at bringing in some scanners that can help prevent the drugs from coming in the first place. They're looking at bringing those on as part of a renovation project on the Pinehurst section of the jail.
Madison police have arrested a teenager in connection with a series of bomb threats directed at Phillips Memorial High School earlier this year. Those threats started in February and continued until April. Police said the 17-year-old suspect, who is a student at Memorial High, also made threats toward other schools outside of Dane County during that time. None of the threats were ever deemed credible, but they did disrupt classes, ultimately prompting Madison police to station extra officers outside of the school after threats were reported 2 days in a row. Police say the suspect was cooperative during his arrest and was taken into custody without incident. A 12-year-old Madison girl reported missing earlier today is back home. Police had asked for help to find 12-year-old Asha Gibson, who was last seen in the 3300 block of East Washington Avenue around noon on Tuesday, but they reported this afternoon that she's back home safe.
The governors of Arizona and Texas are both sending migrants who have requested asylum in the U.S. to Washington, D.C. and New York. Dozens of migrants arrived in the nation's capital after a more than 1,700-mile bus trip from Del Rio, Texas. Volunteers greeted them with breakfast at a nearby shelter. Texas Governor Greg Abbott says it's in response to President Biden's immigration policies. He says it's necessary to relieve the burden on border cities.
They cannot handle the overwhelming number of illegal immigrants coming across the border.
This is a political stunt by Governor Abbott. He's unfortunately using human beings as political pawns.
While most of the migrants arrived into Washington, D.C. starting this week, buses are heading to New York City. D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has said the city is at a tipping point and requested aid from the D.C. National Guard to help with logistical support. But that request was rejected by the administration.
There's been no let-up in Russia attacks in Ukraine. Residents of Kharkiv woke up to another day of shelling as the latest strike damaged dozens of homes. Ukraine said the Russian offensive in the east looked like an attempt to force it to divert troops from the south, where Kyiv's forces are trying to retake territory and destroy Russian supply lines as a prelude to a wider counteroffensive. Russia denies targeting civilians in what it calls a special military operation to demilitarize Ukraine. Europe continues to suffer through scorching temperatures, and a monster wildfire raged for a third day in southwestern France that has ravaged forests and forcing 10,000 people to evacuate their homes. Wildfires have broken out across Europe this summer as successive heat waves bake the continent. It was 104 degrees today in France. More than 230 square miles have gone up in flames so far in France this year, 6 times the full-year average for 2006 to 2021 data from the European Forest Fire Information System that shows that.
Class 388 got their badges today. They're the largest graduating class from the Department of Corrections this year, and they're ready to take on a tough job in a field that really needs them. 42 new correctional officers will be heading to facilities around the state, and officials like the Department of Corrections Secretary Kevin Carr says they're hopeful they'll be able to help ease the strain.
Our next class is going to be between 60 and 70 individuals that are going to be able to start to provide some much needed relief to our overworked staff in many of our facilities that have high vacancy rates.
In March, Governor Evers announced a pay raise for corrections officers across the state in hopes of drawing more people to the job. The Department of Corrections says applications have been trending up since June, and they are hopeful that it will stay that way. Well, here is the quote of the day. I see a porta potty flying back at me.
No joke.
Yeah, it really happened.
At least 7 porta-johns fell off a truck on I-94 in Pewaukee and started rolling down the hill. DOT video shows the flatbed truck drive past the porta-potties, sliding upright into the westbound lanes.
Oh, no.
Over the next few minutes, cars and trucks hit nearly all the porta-potties, only leaving one fluttering toilet paper behind.
Losing porta-johns. We do have one caller who struck them and pulled over with
I see a porta potty flying back at me, and I try my best to swerve out the way, but it hits my driver's side. It causes me to pull over.
Give them the magnitude of that crappy situation on 1039. Roger that.
The spill shut down the highway for a while, and 4 cars that got damaged had to be towed. And you're probably wondering, yep, they were empty, the porta potties.
Yes.
That could have been a very serious situation.
Yes, it could have.
Luckily, nobody was hurt in that. Up next, we'll head to Middleton for the next greatest button show on earth. The National Button Society's 2020 convention is underway. That's next.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs starting under $40. Progressives, 2 pairs start under $80. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
It started somewhere between a cuddle and a struggle. It's the side hug. Tween milestones like this may start at age 9.
Hpv vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then, too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Welcome. Hi.
Now, as the dad cab, it's my cue to help protect them.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next. Ask their doctor about HPV vaccination today.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
I'm Tim Michaels. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs. Tony Evers, Joe Biden, they're 2 peas in a pod. Both career politicians and way over their head, failing the country and the state of Wisconsin. That's why I'm running. We need to have strong, proven executive leadership in Madison that can get things done and make this state as great as it can be.
At USA Insulation, we fix hot homes. Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Are you tired of clean clothes that just don't smell clean? What if your clothes could stay fresh for weeks? Now they can. Downy Unstoppable's in-wash scent boosters keep your laundry smelling fresh way longer than detergent alone. Pour a cap of Downy Unstoppables into your washing machine before each load and enjoy fresher smelling laundry. If you want laundry to smell fresh for weeks, make sure you have Downy Unstoppables in-wash scent boosters. Shop for Downy Unstoppables online, including our lighter scent.
How do we make your glasses the same day? It's all done in store. Our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish, getting them back the same day. Quality, affordable glasses made in store, only at iMart Express.
Welcome back, everyone. The maker of the monkeypox vaccine is expressing reservations about the FDA's decision to change the way the shots are given.
Yeah, the changes are being made to stretch the nation's limited supply. On Tuesday, FDA Commissioner Dr. Robert Califf explained that administering the shot just under the top layer of the skin instead of the traditional method requires only a fraction of the vaccine, which would stretch the nation's limited supply.
The experience of our clinic offering vaccination has been seen across the country. Demand for vaccination is immense.
In a letter, the maker of the vaccine questioned the FDA's decision, saying this may have a negative impact on vaccine uptake and coverage. The FDA commissioner defended the agency's decision, saying the new dosing regimen resulted in some side effects, but they were manageable. A new CDC study finds the monkeypox virus appears to survive for at least 15 days on surfaces such as clothing and bedding. Drivers in half of the country are seeing some relief at the pump after the national average for gas fell below $4 a gallon this morning, partly due to increased oil supply and fears over a global recession. According to AAA, the average nationwide cost for regular gas is now $3.99 a gallon. That's down almost 70 cents from a month ago. That's also more than $1 lower than it was in June when gas prices peaked. AAA spokesman Andrew Gross says people are driving less.
Demand numbers are similar to what we saw back in 2020. And remember, 2020, nobody was going anywhere. We were right in the middle of a pandemic.
Falling fuel prices did help slow inflation last month, providing some good news for President Biden. But analysts say drivers should fill up their tanks now because the hurricane season threatens to push gas prices up again.
Stocks finished mixed as tech fades and oil prices rise. The Dow Industrials added 27 points, closing at 33,336. The Nasdaq fell 74, and the S&P 500 was off nearly 3. Well, the button collectors have arrived in Madison.
More than 400 of them from around the country and around the world are meeting at the Madison Marriott West for the greatest button show on earth.
It's presented by the National Button Society, and Rainey Gilead is the past president of the National Button Society. Welcome to Madison. Welcome to Live at 4.
Hi, Rainey. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Welcome to you to the greatest button show on earth.
And what makes it the greatest button show on earth?
This is an annual convention that the National Button Society has, and as you indicated, there are dealers and individuals from around the world here with buttons on display and buttons for sale, and many educational opportunities to learn about buttons.
Tell us a little bit about, give us the wide course on buttons. Some of them are real treasures, aren't they? They're true antiques. There's a little bit of everything, I would imagine, there.
There's every material that you can imagine that has been made into a button over time. As I've indicated previously to various people over the years, the real renaissance of buttons began in the 1700s, but there are buttons that date much older than that. Not very many of them, but that was when the real button renaissance began, primarily in Europe, but also in North America.
Can you show us some buttons you have there, just so people can get an idea of the variety?
Sure. Let's go over here and have a look. You bet. Come over here.
What got you started in button collecting?
Well, actually, I married button collecting.
That'll do it.
Was a collector beginning in about 1963. And so, for example, here is a pearl coach button from the 1800s that is for sale from one of our most dedicated and long-term button dealers, Millicent Safro from New York City, New York. And here are some brass Jacksonian buttons from the 1840s. They're Jacksonian because they were manufactured in the period of Andrew Jackson.
Wow. Rainey, how much are buttons like that worth?
Well, it varies on which one it is, actually, Susan, because each one is different, and each one was manufactured in a different number. So some of them can, in these, for example, can be in the $200 to $400 range each. But there are some that are much less expensive than that.
I'm sure there's some that are priceless.
Just depends upon how many of each one were made.
And it's not.
They can be very expensive, or they can be very cheap.
I was going to say, it's not necessarily the monetary value that makes them valuable. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, the joy they bring.
That's right, and it's the history of the buttons as well. Here's another dealer from Florida. Some buttons that are obviously very glitzy and very early pace on silver. Often they came in sets like this. Obviously, this is a dragon. Here's a Satsuma, which is a ceramic from Japan.
That is beautiful.
And this is a Bakelite. This is a Bakelite button. Believe it or not, some of them are very, very large if they were on coats or cloaks, for example.
Beautiful stuff. All right. Ramey, thank you. And we want to tell...
And then down...
We're just about out of time. Show us one more.
Down here, just quickly, we have what we call pokes. And so people come and pick up one individual button at a time, and it can take hours and hours to go through a poke box. But you might find a great treasure here.
Well, Ramey, enjoy your stay in...
And I do want to say that... the show is open to the public, and so we do welcome new visitors and new members.
Absolutely. We're going to put that on the screen right now. Ramey, thank you for your time. The show is at the Marriott West in Middleton, and it's today and tomorrow from 10 to 5, and Saturday 10 to 4. There is a $5 entrance fee. Go to the nationalbuttonsociety.org for more information about all of this.
That's very cool. I'd like to check that out. I mean, you might look at, boxes of buttons in your own house. You might have some little treasures in there.
And probably no zippers to be found anywhere.
Right.
Well, from buttons to a badger named Digger.
You'll meet the little guy coming up later on the Traveler Throwback Thursday. That's when, oh, look at that. That's when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle, not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin.
With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
At Pick and Save, we believe local produce shouldn't be hard to find. That's why we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you fresher than fresh produce.
You got everything I need. You're like medicine to me. Oh, baby, you.
Because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Pick and Save. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate summer with our hot summer sale. We're talking about sizzling savings of 22%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our hot summer sale. Save 22% off gutters with any full roofing or siding project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Spectrum presents Stream Home Makeover with JoJo.
We transform the Joneses' home, upgrading their entertainment experience with the best TV and internet services from Spectrum. Let's go! With Spectrum TV, you get your favorite channels and streaming apps, plus tons of on-demand.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with even faster speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Ready for more? Take a look. With the free Spectrum TV app, you can stream live sports, news, and more on all your devices, inside, outside, and on the go.
Wow, that's awesome!
There's more. We powered up the game room with Spectrum Internet, which gives you the fast, reliable speeds you need to power all your devices. And it comes with free security suite, so you can feel completely safe and secure.
Switch to Spectrum TV and internet for only $49.99 a month each. Now with speeds of 300 megabits per second. Call 1-844-480-4713.
Call now.
Well, take a look at this. A serious situation turned surreal in Southern California when firefighters witnessed a fire-nado and a smoke-nado spawned from the same brush fire. No structures were threatened by the so-called Sam fire, but as more than 200 firefighters fought the blaze, strong winds whipped wisps of flames into a whirling inferno known as a fire-nado. Eventually, the blaze was brought under control, but the strong winds continued, creating yet another wildfire phenomenon, a towering smoke-nado that reached upward into the sky.
I've never seen that before, Gary.
Well, there have been, in fact, a couple of years ago, there was a bad enough fire near Lake Tahoe where they actually issued a tornado warning because of a fire-nado in a
smoke-nado?
Well, the smoke is just the rising air that forms into, I mean, it twists around. But the fire is the heat, which is basically, what you have in a tornado. You have a rising current of air, and that's, but on a much bigger scale on a tornado, for a fire-nado, it's all caused by the fire.
Yeah, it's bad either way. It's rough. It's rough out there.
Don't want to see that.
Nope.
Around here, we've got some showers in the forecast for tomorrow. They shouldn't amount to very much. Otherwise, pretty nice-looking forecast. I'll have that in just a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sheesh Raval with the Ortho Team Clinic at Stoughton Health. We hope you can join us for our upcoming event on shoulder pain relief.
When we needed new doors and windows for our home, we were looking for someone we could trust.
We've done the bargain brand windows. We've done the runaround.
What we loved about Next Door and Window is that they were different. The experts guided us through every step of their no-pressure process.
We really loved their educational approach. Next Door and Window helped us understand what was right for us.
They have a totally different approach to doors and windows. They made the window and door replacement process simple.
Call 844-600-NEXT to get 50% off your installation.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked local Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
A lot of Medicare health plans have benefits that are specific to your county. So why would you call a national 1-800 number when your local Medicare plans have all the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better?
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Senator Johnson's working family defined him. He and his brothers and sisters were raised by two loving parents with deep faith who taught him the value of work. As a young man, he shoveled driveways, mowed lawns, delivered papers, caddied, played Little League baseball, and baled hay on his uncle's farm. At 15, he got a dishwashing job at Walgreens Grill and became night manager before he was 16. After college, he married Jane, his wife of 45 years, and moved to Oshkosh to start a manufacturing business with Jane's brother. For the first year, the two traded 12-hour shifts. Over the next 30 years, Senator Johnson performed just about every task in that business. He installed and operated the equipment, loaded trucks, kept the books, and sold its products all over the world. His business didn't export jobs, it exported plastic. His quiet but extensive charitable work was never done for show, but simply to lend a helping hand, a value he learned from our parents. He's my brother and my best friend.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
I love being an orthopedic surgeon because I can help people improve their lives. My name is Ashish Raval. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. My specialty is sports medicine, focusing specifically on the care of the shoulder, hip, and knee.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
After a nice day today, unfortunately, the clouds come back for tomorrow. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. We're expecting some showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm, although the rainfall amounts will be very light from the precipitation moving on through. It'll be warm for Saturday with high temperatures back in the lower 80s, but it'll be a brief warm-up because we'll turn cooler again with highs dropping back into the mid-70s for Sunday, and then see mild but dry weather for much of next week. Maybe a shower or thunderstorm chance late Thursday into Friday. High-resolution Doppler radar right now, quiet across southern Wisconsin, but there's rain not too far out to the west. You can see some showers, even some isolated thunderstorms moving from the Dakotas through southwestern Minnesota and into the eastern portions of Iowa. They make it about as far east as Waterloo, Iowa, but they're moving to the southeast. And so hopefully these will stay out to the west of us, at least for the time being. I think we'll see our better chances for rain start to develop tomorrow morning. But even then, the air across Wisconsin is a little bit drier. So if you look at the future track precipitation totals, of course, that band of showers and thunderstorms out to the west, bringing about a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of rain, and maybe some more showers and thunderstorms, especially Friday night into early Saturday morning, favoring the northern portions of the state. But much of southern Wisconsin is in between, looking at probably around 1/10 of an inch or less of rain from the showers. Unless you get caught underneath the thunderstorm, then you might see up to about 1/4 of an inch of rain. But as we take a look at weather track right now, notice those showers and thunderstorms following right along the jet stream, which is now coming in from the northwest. That's doing 2 things. Number one, it's bringing us cooler weather, and it's also bringing slightly drier conditions too, because there's not a lot of moisture here. So even these showers and storms out to the west of us really don't have a lot of moisture associated with them, but they are in the vicinity of a warm front that eventually will lift northward, and that's what will bring us the warmer air for Saturday before we turn cooler again as a cold front comes in from the west on Sunday. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, cooler, scattered showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, not an all-day rain. High temperature at 70, but you'll see a lot of clouds. Future track beginning at 7 a.m. tomorrow. You can see those clouds coming on through, but the precipitation, for some reason, this hasn't updated, but there have been some showers and thunderstorms in the forecast that are expected to go through at least the day tomorrow. And then as we head into Friday night, another chance out to the west of us. After that, look for the skies to at least clear a little bit on Saturday, and temperatures will be back around 80 degrees. Again, the rainfall amounts are very spotty. Most areas picking up less than 1/10 of an inch unless you get underneath a shower or a thunderstorm. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, the weekend will be mainly dry, just an outside chance of a shower or thunderstorm Saturday, and then dry weather for much of next week, maybe a chance of a shower or thunderstorm by Thursday afternoon. Friday, a little better chance for a shower or storm, but maybe about a 50-50 chance there. Those temperatures are very comfortable. Average high temperature should be around 80. We're in the upper 70s. I'm not going to complain.
No, not the middle of August?
Yeah, that's
nope, not
fantastic.
That's right. Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, Gary. Well, when your pet gets injured, you take it to a veterinarian. When an animal becomes injured in the wild, you take it to an animal rehabilitator.
Back in 1989, a lot of people turned to Betty Riddlestein. We did in our Traveler Throwback Thursday.
I put him up in the morning after I feed him, and they stay there till 4 o'clock.
At the Riddlestein farm near Mauston, you'll find pigs and chickens, standard Wisconsin farm fare. But you'll also find something else. Betty Riddlestein has a few other farm animals to show us. How about a dozen baby possums?
They are one of the most beneficial little fellas there is.
Betty's not especially fond of possums, but it doesn't matter. This brood, like thousands of other animals over the years, were brought to Betty either orphaned or injured.
They were found on the road. Their mother was hit, and the 8 of them were trying to pull her off the road.
For 30 years, Betty Riddlestein, a licensed animal rehabilitator, has given Mother Nature a hand. Orphan possums or a nighthawk with a broken wing, it doesn't matter. Over the years, there have been thousands of animals, which Betty has given a second chance.
Is it getting better? Oh, yes, Mama's here.
These are her children.
Digger Odell, come on. Come on, Dig. This you Mama's?
This is Digger. It's not every farmer with a badger in the barn. Digger came into Betty's life on May 3rd, 1988.
He was 3 inches long and 2 inches wide, and no hair, no teeth, no fingernails or nothing when he came.
Now Digger has grown into 35 fierce-looking pounds, but looks can be deceiving. This guy's a lover, not a fighter.
He's gonna play. Digger.
But the time will come for Digger and all of the animals who make Betty's farm a temporary home. The time will come to head back to the wild, and that is a bittersweet moment around here.
You cry a lot. It's just like you raising children. You know, you hate to see them go when they go away to college. It's a weaning period, and pretty soon they're gone.
Digger will probably leave in August. That's the breeding season for badgers. And when that day comes, Betty will cry, but she'll also know she did her job again, giving Mother Nature a hand.
He's got to go and have a life. Freedom is very precious.
And so, too, is Betty. Traveling near Boston, I'm Mark Kane, WISC News 3.
What a great story. I've never seen anyone handle a badger
And
like
give it a belly rub?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we decided to revive our Traveler segment, so we're always looking for interesting people, places, or things. Let me know about them so we can share them with everybody. Email me at mkane@wisctv.com. I know the name's spelled funny, but that's the way it is. So let me know, and maybe we can share the stories down the road.
Let's do some new ones. Yep. That'd be great.
Well, coming up, a Little League story that features a big heart.
And then coming up next hour at 5, an inspiring day for volunteers at a summer burn camp for young people. We'll have that story at 5.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Update your home's exterior and save 11% off everything at Menards. Heavy-duty Timbercrest Plus vinyl siding comes with a 50-year fade warranty, and it's available in 8 trendy, deep dark color options. All Timbercrest vinyl siding is 11% off. Accent your new siding with Novik Stack Stone panel accents. It replicates the look of Stack Stone masonry at a fraction of the cost. Get 11% off all Novik siding panels now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
So I climbed into the cab and then I settled down inside. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
A good night's sleep starts on a new mattress from Steinhoffels. Get a Beauty Rest Black or Harmony Luxe mattress and get up to a $300 Hotels.com reward card. The new Beauty Rest Black is redesigned and more luxurious and comfortable than ever. Beauty Rest Black Queen mattresses start at $26.99. And with Steinhoffels special financing and free delivery, you can't make a mistake. Isn't it time you got a good night's sleep? Relax. It's Steinhoffels.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
It started somewhere between a cuddle and a struggle. It's the side hug. Tween milestones like this may start at age 9.
Hpv vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then, too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for others, it can cause certain cancers later in life. Welcome! Hi. Now, as the dad cab, it's my cue to help protect them.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next. Ask their doctor about HPV vaccination today.
New at 5, only days after the primary, all focus has turned to the U.S. Senate battle between Mandela Barnes and incumbent Ron Johnson. We have the latest on the state of the race.
As skies become cloudy on Friday, temperatures will be cooler and some showers and isolated thunderstorms are in the forecast. The weather should mostly dry out in time for the weekend. I'll tell you when to expect the rain at 5.
Ahead at 6, jails across the nation are struggling with a shortage of staff. News 3 Now investigates how local facilities are handling the fallout and what solutions are available. That's tonight at 6.
This is a live look at Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas. It's 99 degrees. That place is it's nuts at night. It's crazy.
Yes, it is. It's an experience, let's put it that way.
Yeah, if you ever get to Vegas, it's downtown. It's not on the Strip, so check it out.
Well, for the second year in a row, Major League Baseball is playing homage to one of the greatest baseball movies of all time.
Tonight, as Gary mentioned earlier, it'll be the Chicago Cubs going up against the Cincinnati Reds at the Field of Dreams in Dyersville, Iowa. Last year's inaugural game garnered huge praise and big ratings, and Fox hopes to recreate that atmosphere again. It also provides a massive boost to the local economy. 8,000 fans from across the nation and the world descend on the small town, and that first MLB game last year kept people coming long after the final out.
You've been there before, right?
We did the show there.
Yeah, I remember. I've never been there. That was before my time.
They built it up since then. None of that was there.
Really?
Just the house and the field.
Interesting. Well, a scary moment during a Little League tournament in Waco, Texas turned out to be an inspiring display of sportsmanship.
It's a story that went viral earlier this year.
Earlier this week. As Trinity Chavez explains, the two boys at the center of this uplifting story are sitting down to talk about it.
Oh, look out. This heart-stopping moment at a Little League baseball playoff game quickly turned into a heartwarming moment display of sportsmanship.
My name is Caden Shelton, and they call me Bubs.
It all started when a fastball from Texas East pitcher Caden Shelton hit the batter, Oklahoma's Isaiah Jarvis, in the side of the head. Jarvis immediately dropped to the ground in pain, gripping his head, the crowd stunned.
I was really scared that he was gonna be injured and go to the ER and stuff.
But to the relief of players and fans, he soon recovered. Then something remarkable happened. Jarvis marched over to Shelton, who was visibly upset, and embraced him with a hug, letting him know he was all right.
This is really cool because as a pitcher, Bubs looks shaken up right now.
I was crying and I could hardly breathe, honestly, at that point. And he came over and he hugged me and he told me I got this.
The touching moment between opponents applauded in the ballpark and online.
That's what Little League Baseball is all about. It's about the community and the friendships you can make.
A friendship the two boys insist will last long after playing baseball. Trinity Chavez, CBS News, New York.
His parents must be so proud. That is what you try to do as a parent, on display right there. The game was the Little League Southwest Regional Championship.
The winner was Texas East, advancing to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and he told us his new friend, Caden, to go win it all.
Yeah. So the story will continue.
It will continue. Our Dr. Zorba Pastor has the latest medical news coming up. He'll also be taking your calls. He's sitting right here.
He's right here. If you have a question for Dr. Pastor, the number to call right now, is 608-270-9933. We'll get right to your calls right after the break.
Are you looking for a little bit more life on the open road? Sounds pretty good to me. We are here at Wisconsin RV World in Deforest, the oldest towable licensed dealer in the state of Wisconsin. That's a lot to stand on. Christy, tell us about these beautiful, beautiful beauties behind us.
Well, we've got a lot of new brands, and that's why we're here today. Lance is one of our newest ones. It's our most luxurious, and it's one of our only 4-season campers. It can sleep up to 6 to 7 people. It can be towed by just about any half-ton vehicle. Some of the other great features are the kitchens. They're a lot more livable these days. You get larger refrigerators, butcher block countertops, backsplash tiles, and the same with bathrooms, larger, more storage, and then also the bedrooms. They are featuring a lot more king beds. One of our products has a new feature called the King Bed Slide, which means you can slide one all the way over still can get dressed in your bedroom, which is not always the case.
You are going to think you're in your own home. And then you have the Camp 365, which is so versatile.
Yeah, you can go anywhere, do anything with it. You can use it 365 days a year, and it can be towed from anything from your UTV to a hybrid, and that's one of its greatest features. And then we also carry the Gravity fifth wheel toy hauler, and from as large as a 14-foot garage, you can get your UTVs in there, your motorcycles, and we were very excited to have the Gravity fifth wheel toy hauler, which we have not had in some time.
Christy, thank you so much. You can't buy happiness, but it's dang close. Come and find out why right here at Wisconsin RV World in Deforest. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Senator Johnson's working family defined him. He and his brothers and sisters were raised by two loving parents with deep faith who taught him the value of work. As a young man, he shoveled driveways, mowed lawns, delivered papers, caddied, played Little League baseball, and baled hay on his uncle's farm. At 15, he got a dishwashing job at Walgreens Grill and became night manager before he was 16. After college, he married Jane, his wife of 45 years, and moved to Oshkosh to start a manufacturing business with Jane's brother. For the first year, the two traded 12-hour shifts. Over the next 30 years, Senator Johnson performed just about every task in that business. He installed and operated the equipment, loaded trucks, kept the books, and sold its products all over the world. His business didn't export jobs, it exported plastic. His quiet but extensive charitable work was never done for show, but simply to lend a helping hand, a value he learned from our parents. He's my brother and my best friend.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
We are taking your calls and questions for Dr. Zorba Pastor.
We have two lines open at 608-270-9933. Hi, Zorba, good to see you.
Good to be here. It's been a couple weeks. Let's go to the phones. We'll start with Denise from Beloit. Hi, Denise. What's your question?
Denise, are you there?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, I've gotten my first shingles shot. How soon after that do I get my second one?
Okay, she got her first shingles shot. How soon before she gets the second?
Well, she can get the second. Well, first of all, you have to find out what it is. I can't remember the exact amount of days between the first shot and the second shot. But this is a very important point. The point is only about 30% of the country that can get shingle shots are actually getting their shingle shots. And so it's a big issue. If you've had chicken pox, if you've had problems with chicken pox, in the past, and most of us our age had chicken pox, you are at risk for shingles, and it's awful. And getting that shingle shot is really important. And the GSK shingle shot, which is the new one that's there, is 95% effective against getting shingles. So it's important to get that second shot. And now that COVID is loosened up, we've got to go and get our shots. Shingles, we have to look at shingles, we've got to look at pneumonia shots, and we all have to be completely immunized.
So if you had chicken pox as a child, you have
the virus is in you.
The virus is in you, and the virus can erupt at any moment. It is laying dormant in anyone who has actually had chicken pox. So the answer is get your shot, call up. It's a 2-shot regime. It really works well. It does hurt a little bit. Some people get a little bit of a headache, but the reality is you just work with it.
What if you've had shingles?
You still get the shingle shot because you're still at risk for actually getting shingles again.
Okay.
Even if you have you had shingles?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's right. Did you get your shingle shot?
No, I haven't. I will.
Get your shingle shot.
Do you want to get your box turned on here so you can hear the calls?
That's right, so I can actually hear the calls. I got to hear my boxes over here.
Oh, there it is.
That's there. If they turn it on, then I'll actually
hear.
There you go. That's the problem.
Doctors. Let's go to Sally in Sauk City. Hi, Sally.
Yes. Can osteopenia be reversed?
Well, that is an excellent point. The point is, it's not osteopenia, it's osteoporosis that we really worry about. And osteopenia is sort of pre-osteoporosis, so it's sort of like a yellow light, it's a wake-up call. And the answer is yes, exercise, taking alendronate, one of the drugs that we actually use for osteoporosis, can make a difference. Making sure you get enough calcium in your diet, all those things are important. And when we look at osteoporosis and osteopenia, the real risk is you don't want to fall and fracture your hip or your arm. And the answer to that is exercise, which means strengthening exercise, balance exercises, and then aerobic exercise.
Vitamin D supplements?
Vitamin D, 2,000 international units a day. Very good point.
Okay. I don't know if this call is right. Oh, there you go. Let's go to Al in Madison. Hi, Al. What's your question?
Yes.
I had a shingle shot September 9th of last year, and then I had severe back issues and totally forgot to get the second shingle shot. And I'm just wondering if I need to start over, or do I just get that shingle shot now?
You just get the second shingle shots. That's all you do. It's a two-shot regimen. Even there, you'll still get some good results from it. Is it the exact amount of time? No. But will you get a result? The answer is yes.
Did you have a follow-up to that question?
No, that's fine. I'm just wondering how effective it is if I get it,
it will be
11 months
effective.
later.
Exactly how effective. I don't think we know exactly, but the answer is the second shot will still reduce your risk of getting chance.
It's good that you remembered.
That was Nita.
That's right.
Not Al, because we don't have Al. It's a live virus shot, though, right? The single shot?
Right.
So does that preclude some people from getting it?
Right. And so when you call up your healthcare provider, they'll look at your information. They'll see whether or not you can get it. It's also a function of other medications that you're on. So the answer is most people can get the shingle shot, and not everybody.
And is there an age range?
Well, it starts at the age of 50. That's now the recommendation. But if you look at people over 65, it's covered on Medicare Part D. You get it at the pharmacy. And right now, because many pharmacists are no longer giving out COVID shots, it's a good time to get your shingle shot because they're wide open in terms of making an appointment.
And speaking of COVID shots, still get the second booster.
Absolutely get the second booster. And we'll know more about whether or not there's a new regime in the fall. So whether or not we get a third booster or a fourth booster, we're going to live with this just like we live with influenza.
You know, a lot of people, myself included, have 4 shots and still got COVID.
Right.
But I didn't end up in the hospital.
Exactly. And that's kind of what, 95% of the people now, according to CDC, in the country have either gotten COVID or they've ended up getting immunized. So they've started to reduce the amount of time that you actually should rest after COVID and, make sure that you're not in contact with other people. But yes, you didn't end up in the hospital. You didn't end up seriously ill. It was like a bad case of the flu.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for calling in. We're out of time. Zorba, good to see you. We'll see you next week.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you, Zorba. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Well, the final check your forecast coming up.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Wanakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
The Stanley Steamer started with one man, a van, and a whole lot of carpet. We've been innovating for a long time. Stanley Steamer now goes beyond carpet. We've been cleaning tile and grout, upholstery, rugs, air ducts, and a whole lot more. We don't just clean carpets, we clean homes. So when your home needs a cleaning, give us a ring at 1-800-STEAMER.
I'm Tim Michaels. I'm not a politician. I'm a businessman who helped build a great Wisconsin company and created thousands of jobs. Tony Evers, Joe Biden, they're 2 peas in a pod. Both career politicians in way over their head, failing the country and the state of Wisconsin. That's why I'm running. We need to have strong, proven executive leadership in Madison that can get things done and make this state as great as it can be.
Shop local for quality made in the USA products at Wanakee Furniture, ETC. Browse a wide variety of sofas and hardwood home furnishings from brands you can trust, like Smith Brothers, Simply Amish, and Flex Steel. Every style, every budget.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Trying to bring out people's best leads a local fitness trainer to be awarded Best of Madison. We speak with the instructor on what that distinction means to him. And we have the latest on the state of the race that's coming up at 5.
When the More Than Pink Walk returns after a 2-year COVID break, one super supporter will be front and center.
Breast cancer is something that we all have connections to.
Charlotte Teleste learns why Komen's local mission is especially important to him. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
A live view from the WISC Skycam looking off toward the east. Looks very nice there. The Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam also showing sunny skies, although out to the west you can see more clouds on the horizon. That's actually some showers and thunderstorms back in parts of eastern Iowa. Temperatures right now very comfortable, mid-70s to around 80 degrees, a little warmer to the west. Bosquel, Lone Rock right at 80. Otherwise, look for skies to be mostly sunny this evening and then mostly clearer after sunset. Temperatures dropping to the middle 60s by late evening. Pleasant evening across southern Wisconsin.
All right, Gary. Good news. Thank you. Well, coming up tomorrow here on Live at 4, our canine correspondents have the top animal stories of the week.
And we'll go backstage at the Overture Center. We'll talk to 2 members of the cast of the Broadway smash Hamilton. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
I'd like to thank our sponsor, Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Contestants ready? Go! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Hypnotize your way to savings.
Breathing techniques to help you save.
Looking to make saving a habit?
Yeah, what's the secret?
No secret. Just open a savings account at BMO and we'll give you a cash reward for every month you save.
A cash reward?
Just for saving?
Mm-hmm. And when you open a checking account, we'll give you a $300 bonus to get your new savings habit started.
Love that.
What's your book?
How to get a $300 bonus and a monthly cash reward for saving with BMO.
He literally wrote the book on saving.
That's me on the cover.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Outlets at the Dells, an attraction not to be missed. With over 60 of the world's biggest brands, we thrill family vacationers, trendsetters, and all who love a smoking hot discount. We are all about the thrill of the deal, the joy of finding the thing you forgot to pack, the backpack that the kids really, really want, the sneakers that make PE class the most awesome, and the discounts that no one else can touch. Get the first day look they want and save up to 70% off everything for back to school. Visit outletsatthedells.com for coupon and details.
Allergies just try to stop us being the greatest versions of ourselves. Allegra lasts up to 6 times longer than Benadryl. So trees, you won't take us down.
Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. So dust, you won't wipe us out.
And unlike Zyrtec, Allegra won't make us drowsy. So fur, you won't phase us.
Take Allegra before your allergy symptoms take over you.
Live your
greatness.
And new Allegra Hives works to relieve itching and reduce hives for 24 hours.
What's so great about being a Pick and Save Boost member? Free delivery on the Pick and Save products you love and more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Pick and Save Fresh Perks, a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at pickandsave.com.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher and my dad worked 3rd shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I'll work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
In today's Final Touch, a remote Japanese town is gaining fame thanks to leftovers of a bygone era.
Sagamihara is home to a local business sporting more than 70 vintage vending machines that are still slinging goodies and goods on the go. Most of the site's restored models are from the 70s and 80s, and they are regularly stocked fresh, serving everything from beverages to hamburgers to hot bowls of soup. You can also find toys, batteries, even camera film. Yeah, vending machines in Japan are something else.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
But these are like vintage. And
yeah, that's pretty cool.
A noodle shop.
There you go.
Yeah.
Gonna upgrade ours here.
We have the same ones in our break room.
Yeah.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 now at 5 starts right now.